a lot of times we have these biases and these grudges and these resentments, and we have all this negative stuff going on in our head that sometimes gets in the way. It doesn't serve us. I'm sorry about all the noise, wind noise and stuff in this video, you guys. I'm just kind of winging it up here, and I just wanted to make this video for all of you artists and freelancers and people like me, because I've been doing this a long time and it's still difficult. A friend of mine told me recently.
The weather forecast for our arrival, the temperature on the ground there at the moment, 21 degrees Celsius. That's approximately 70 degrees Fahrenheit. So we have crossed the date line as we've made our way across the Pacific this evening. And we will be landing again at 7:30am. That's 7:30am on Tuesday morning. Correction, not 7:30, folks. I apologise. We'll be touching down at 12:30pm. The time there now is 11:52. It's 11:52am. We'll be touching down at 12:30pm, and we'll have you disembarking at the terminal approximately 10 minutes after arriving. Folks, we do hope you have enjoyed this.
Hey there, welcome to Adventure in Art. My name is Ben Staley, your resident talking head. I left Sydney, Australia at 6 p.m. on Tuesday, and it's still Tuesday, and it's 4 p.m. here in California. International date lines are weird. Wow, I'm spun up. I'm just got off the plane a couple hours ago, Ubered all the way home, threw on my running shoes, and now I'm gonna grind it out on one of my favorite local hill routes. Let's go. So I'm filming this whole thing on my iPhone, so forgive me if it's not up to the usual quality. I love this route. I've missed it. This is gonna be kind of a rant. Hang on. You know, I've been gone 9 weeks. 9 freaking weeks. Over 2 months. I think I left LA on September 6th. It's November 12th. Lots changed. A lot hasn't changed. I want to talk about mental health and being an artist, being a freelancer. I've had a strange year, right? Some of you guys that follow the channel, you know, early in the year I spent a lot of time making this short film. It's only a 5-minute film, but it took me a few months of intense work to do that, to pull it off. Technically, and with the means that I had. It's called Cookie Jar. You can go back in the channel and find a making of video. So I worked on that all spring, and literally the day after that project finished, literally the next day I got on a plane, went to Belize, and I was there 7 weeks, did a job, and then I came back and wasn't home very long, got on another plane, went to Australia for 9 weeks, did another 7-week job, stayed the last couple weeks, and did some adventuring. Now I'm home. I've been busy for the bulk of the year since March, really. And now I'm home after all this time. No travel on the docket, nothing scheduled, no jobs booked, freelance life. And I know that the weight of that is going to set in pretty soon. And this is how I combat it, with effort. Hang on, I got to grind out this steep section and I'll be back. Did you guys see the Sydney Opera House in that opening montage? Tried to see the Opera House in Sydney before we went to the airport, and traffic was so insane. All we really got was like this little roundabout. The parking was full. We went around this roundabout, and there it was. Saw it for about, I don't know, 2 seconds. Oh, I'm so glad to be home. It's feast or famine, you know. As an artist, you have all this stuff to do and you have no time, or you have all the time in the world and you have no money because you're not working. So it's like the important thing is to find balance and to have faith and trust in yourself, in your network, in your skills, in the relationships that you've built. Trust that the wheel will come back around and someone will call with that perfect next opportunity, or just the opportunity that's going to pay the mortgage. Whatever it takes sometimes. But in these downtimes, I'm always thinking about, and I've been thinking about it the whole time I was in Australia, thinking about all the projects I have that I want to do that I can't do when I'm in a place like that working. I was in Australia for 7 weeks on this project, pretty high level project for the called won't even be out till next year. The whole time I'm just thinking, okay, when I get home, I'm gonna work on this project and that project, and the art that I want to make, the stories I want to tell that feed my soul, to keep my fire burning. I'm always thinking about that. And then the job's over and the plane lands back at home, and suddenly there's nothing standing in your way. And the weight of that, sometimes I'm going to pick up the pace and run a little bit here. Now that the terrain is evened out. Ooh, I'm out of shape. But you know, the weight of that nothing. There's nowhere I have to be in the morning, really. I don't have a call time. I don't have anybody requiring anything of me tomorrow. It's up to me, and maybe I have chores around the house and things I got to catch up on, but really, if you're a freelance artist, storyteller, it can be a big empty, and it can sink in, and you start having doubt, creeping doubt, fear, uncertainty. So the way I combat that is, in the morning I will immediately work up a schedule of what I'm going to do every day. I give myself a job, and there's plenty of things to do. And that includes diet and exercise, when and what I'm going to eat, what kind of physical activities I'm going to do several times a week, 5-6 days a week. And then what projects am I working on? What actionable things, and what are the deadlines? I have a whole list of things I want to do. Still reworking this feature screenplay that I've decided I really want to make next year, the movie. And then I'm really fired up to do a zine early next year. I want to get in the habit of putting out printed work often. And then I have several little photo projects I want to do. And there's a myriad of other things. So I have to schedule that out, and then I have to stick to that schedule. I have to be my own boss. And I'll have good days and bad days, but I have to answer to myself, and I have to wake up every day and know that I'm going to do everything I can to get that stuff done. Why? To keep the demons at bay. And because this is the blessing of being a freelancer, being an artist. Sometimes you have all this time, and if you don't use it, well, you're wasting it. You're not getting it back. So I don't have a 9-to-5. Now I have time. I've just worked like a dog for months and months. Now I have time. So to combat the doubt and the fear and the demons creeping in, I am going to make a schedule and stick to it, and I'm going to do intense physical exercise. Mostly I trail run. Several routes around here like this that I do. Anywhere from 3 to 10 miles. Maybe I'll work up to slightly more eventually. I'm not in very good shape right now because I've been on location for months. So my cardio is down. I'm a little heavier because I've been not always making the best choices with diet, because I don't have as many options when I'm on location. And then you just get kind of lazy and eat junk food a lot. I do that. I could be more disciplined. I'm not. So now I'm a little heavy. Maybe drink a little more beer than I should. Yeah. But now I did all that. I had fun. It was great. Now I'm going to be disciplined. Now we're getting to work. All right, I'm going to run a little bit and I'll be back. Oh man, this time of year, the sun is setting so early. I'm not used to it. I'm sorry about all the noise, wind noise and stuff in this video. You guys, I'm just kind of winging it up here, and thanks for bearing with me this far. I just wanted to make this video for all of you artists and freelancers and people like me, because I've been doing this a long time and it's still difficult. A friend of mine told me recently, freelance film and television is not for the faint of heart. And boy, she was right. It's not. It's hard. And especially now, the industry is very uncertain. That's how I make my money. I make my money making TV shows and not YouTube videos. For sure not. I'm not that cool. And occasionally, people hire me to do still photos and stuff, and I love that work, but it's not, it's a small portion of what I do every year. Mostly it's making big shows. And then, it's great when you're doing it, you make really good money, and then when you don't, it's lonely and it's scary and it's uncertain. And that's where I'm at now. I'm starting that season. So November, December, there's generally not very much work. Everybody's kind of gearing down at the end of the year. So I know I got to stay busy into early next year to keep my head on straight. You got to pay the bills. You got to keep the lights on. You got to stay sane. And there's practices that will help that. Giving yourself a job, doing projects, and physical exercise. I use trail running and physicality to work out problems in my head too. Like, I need to get to this place where, it's funny, it's going to take me about a month to get there, but I will reach this place where I've gotten in good enough shape to be operating at a certain level, competence-wise, to where you almost go on autopilot. You're exerting heavily, but you're more comfortable with the pain. You're not thinking about when is this going to be over. And what happens when you reach that point is the conscious mind goes away. You stop thinking about all the problems and issues and dangers, and the subconscious sort of comes to the surface and it presents opportunities, solutions, ideas. It's almost like a dream state. And that state is very much key to my creative life. And I learned a long time ago that if I can get to a physical level and get into that kind of auto dream state where my conscious mind is not really driving the bus anymore, and suddenly these things just come up out of the ether, and sometimes they're like my best ideas, they're solutions to problems. It might not just be creative too, it might just be like life problems or relationship problems. Oh, well, why don't you just do it this way? Oh yeah, duh. And usually it seems very obvious, but like a lot of times we have these biases and these grudges and these resentments, and we have all this negative stuff going on in our head that sometimes gets in the way. It doesn't serve us. And you can consciously just say, oh, I'm going to turn that off. I'm not going to listen to that. But you can't At least for me, it's hard to do that. It's hard to get rid of the fear and the doubt. I suck. Why am I not working right now? I must suck. Nobody likes me. That's not the truth. The truth is, it's just things go in cycles. So this is how I combat it. Hopefully this video is useful to you guys. There's going to be some things coming up, man. I shot like 9 rolls of film. I shot mostly film in Australia. I mean, no, that's not true. I mean, I shot some digital stuff, but mostly I was carrying around the film camera. And I'm really excited to see some of that stuff. And it's going to be, I'm going to take it into Richard's photo lab in the morning and drop it off. I'll probably have it back in a day or two. I'll be scanning it. It's going to be either one long video or I'll break it into a couple. I don't know. I have a bunch of video I shot. It's pretty cool critters and stuff. That's going to show up somehow, some way. I'm not sure. I arrived home to a bunch of packages, like a bunch of people sent me stuff to review. Some of it I will, some of it I might not. I don't know. There's some cool products though. Stuff that we're gonna try out, and it may end up in a video. And then I've got a bunch of photo shoots planned that I'm gonna do. And that's really what I wanna focus on is, at least on the channel, is portraiture, working with people, telling stories with other people. That's what fuels my fire. The other stuff feels like work. So I don't know how much of that I'm gonna do. But anyways, thanks for staying with me. I think we're gonna be back to some regular weekly videos now. I know the output kind of trickled off because I have to pre-make all that stuff when I go out of the country. But we're back, baby, we're back. And I'm gonna be working, grinding it out. Leave me a comment. Let me know how you get through the dark times being a freelancer, being an artist. Let me know some of your secrets. Let's talk about it. Let's have a conversation. All right, thanks for watching. I got some work to do. I gotta get on it. See you soon. Okay, I'm back. That didn't take long. But like, dude, how amazing is this trail up here at sunset? I love coming up here. I love this time of day up here. Ah, it's so beautiful. Okay, bye. See you soon.